fun today. Well, happy Monday, everybody. It's April 20th already. Where has the month gone? Holy moly, it's crazy. But I am so happy that we have all of you on with us. And I'm also happy that Trish Lucero is going to show off her naked face, but not for long, because that naked face is going to have some awesomeness coming up here in a second.
Nice.
Turning it over to you, and I'm going to mute myself, Trish.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. Let me get a little lip so I look. This is hi, Phyllis. Hi, Terry. Hi, Amy. Hi. This is not easy for me to go on with guys like this because, as you can see, I have a lot of discoloration in my skin. I've always had this since I was a little kid. Red. And I did start using that new product. I want to say 113. And it was doing really good. And then I kind of ran out of mine and I just didn't refill it yet. But I did notice a difference, I will say. If you have people with red face, I noticed a big difference. But I thought, since it's just us, right, that you guys might want to see some of my tips on foundation that I've learned over the years. And I want to show you kind of what I do with my makeup because, you know, if you look at your face and you're like, okay, well, that's good. But I feel I'm my best before and after. Like, my before and after can sell product to anybody. So if you don't have a before and after, that's going to be a bonus challenge that we give you tonight. If you're willing to do your own before and after, take your photos, put them together, like in Canva or something, so that you can use that for your customers, because they see before and afters of other people they don't know, but what really will make a difference is you. And so, you know, if you want to sell more product, it's just a good idea to do. So for my normal everyday foundation, and I'll tell you guys everything I use right now. I'm going to do half my face in like what I do currently, and then I'm going to do half my face in a new product that's coming out that you guys already have information about, so I'm not leaking anything. But I don't have all the shades, but I'm going to make it work with 2 of the shades, and we'll see how that goes. So every day I wash my face, I do all my moisturizing products and Serum C and all that stuff. But then when it comes to my foundation, I learned this Lori Hogg. I don't know if you guys do it, but everything she taught us really worked. So I kind of like most everything she says. So after my moisturizer sits at the end, or your your day stuff, SPF 30, whatever comes last in that part. Then when you skip over to foundation, this is the first thing I use, and it's finishing spray. And you're like, Trish, that's weird. But she told us, and I liked the results. So I just, you can do the X and the T like the company says, but I feel like I missed my cheeks area here. So I do that separate. And since I, do this a lot or touch my face a lot, I feel like I need to get the area. Just fan it for a minute. And then I do this most important product called Foundation Primer. And if you guys ever need a sample to send in your CDS, try sending Foundation Primer, because once people try it and they see the benefit of it and how it works and how easy it is and how it feels, they'll be a lifer for Foundation Primer. And it's not expensive. It goes on. How many of you guys have not tried this or not used it? Foundation Primer, you all use it? All right, then I don't have to tell you anything. You know what? I tell my customers it goes on kind of like velvet, kind of a gel, but it's very velvety. And you can just show your hand, or you can pass it around even at your parties if you want. But it fills in some on the pores. It fills in kind of some of the cracks. And it really does help your foundation stay longer. Okay, then the next thing I do, and you're going to think this is weird, but it really works for me. If you have people that have a lot of discoloration in their skin like I do, you can suggest this and see what they think. And so what I do is, I'm trying to find my other brush here. I do CC cream first, and then I do the liquid foundation over it. And the good is that our foundations that we have currently, and the new ones even more so, it doesn't feel like you have a lot on your skin. And I've always appreciated that more than anything. This is a little trick I'm going to show you tonight. I don't know if you guys want to ever do, but it's kind of fun. You can use the blending sponge, which there's a new one coming, or you can use the liquid foundation brush, or if you still have the older powder brushes, sometimes I do that. It's this one. That's not the giant one, but it's, it's kind of like that, depending on what look you want. And sometimes I've used this for my foundation. which one of our friends, Patty Rose, said she likes this one the best for the new foundation. So it's whatever works for you. I usually use the liquid, like I would say 90% of the time. And I'm just looking for it here in my own makeup bag because I had a little disaster with it yesterday. It's all back up. So I think for tonight, just to show you guys kind of, you can use different things. I'm going to use this one. And a lot of times when we have stuff that changes, like, oh no, I'm not going to be, what am I going to do? There's always ways to use other things. So I use my CC cream, which I'll do half my face with this CC cream. This is very light. And I kind of feel like it has like 8 benefits. Do you guys know the benefits of CC cream? Do you know it has 8? Who knows some of the benefits? Just shout it out. Nobody?
It has sunscreen and a little bit of moisturizer.
Has sunscreen? Yes. And
That's
yeah,
only
good.
2. There's 6 more. Someone else go.
Who else knows one?
It conceals and corrects.
Very good, Danny. Very good.
Thank you.
I kind of remember the main 2 because it's CC. So I'm like, oh, color and correct. So that's how.
Those are, now we got 4. Amy and I have 4 of them done. Go, Amy and Danny. Woo-hoo!
4 more. But for the CC cream, I just put it straight on my brush to my face. I don't know. If I squirt it, I feel like it falls off. And Danny knows most every single day I don't get dressed on makeup on because inevitably I'll drip something. So just I kind of do this, and I go first with my foundation at the spots I need more coverage. So, and whether it's whatever brush, you can do it with a straight in motion, and it helps it kind of get in the pores and in the areas that maybe flourish. One thing is it doesn't always look like something might match until it sits for a minute. You guys know that, right? Because sometimes we'll try
Yes.
and then you're like, oh, it looks too light or too dark or too this, and then you sit for a minute and it just kind of soaks in. Now, for your CC cream, we always tell us to just run into the grocery store. You could do this by itself and it'll look great. It'll do the job. But for me, I noticed that one of the other benefits CC cream has in it is brighteners. And it has like some little shimmery effect that comes through the other foundations somehow. But look at the difference just in CC cream. So if I just had to run to the store, I'd be okay. I wouldn't like it, but I'd be okay. And so this is layer. I definitely use it for coverage, correction, concealing, all that stuff. And it feels good too. I don't know why, but the CC cream feels really good and it keeps my skin cool. Don't know why. So can you see the difference yet?
Oh, yes.
Huge. Okay, so I go ahead and do my regular shade, which for me right now is Luminous 140 and Neutral 140.
And while you're doing
And-
it, to you really quick, is it okay?
You're gonna what?
It says it protects because the SPF, so you said that, it brightens. Then it's going to correct, minimize redness, which you talked about, concealing, hydrating, reducing visible signs of aging, and defends. Those
And
are
what
your
was the last one?
defends.
Defends. Okay. I didn't realize the moisture part. It feels moistury to me, but I'm glad you said that, Amy. So good. That's a lot, isn't it? From one product.
It allegedly hydrates for 10 hours.
I believe it. I believe
Allegedly.
because I can
And
tell when
that,
it's 12 or 15.
and that I found on my Mary Kay measure. I typed in CC cream, and then I looked under the how it works, and they're
Very
all
smart of
right
you.
there. And I was like, oh, look at that. Now we don't have to memorize anything anymore, you guys.
Right there, isn't it?
It's all at our fingertips.
Plus, it's got vitamin E and botanical extract
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
to calm and soothe.
Is that maybe why it calms? Because I feel like it does calm my skin, because especially the redness, it feels like it's calming. So that's cool to know too. Okay, so this is the Luminous N140, which don't memorize that at all because we're getting new shit. But this is just so you know, this is what I'm currently using. And there you go. I mean,
I
it
have
really
a
goes on.
question about the Luminous because
Uh,
growing up, we never wanted to be shiny. And so I
Mhm.
always go for the matte. But I think maybe the matte is making my skin look like more wrinkly.
Well, I will tell you that it's not, the Luminous does not make your face more shiny. It's more hydrating. And so if you think of it that way, and
Yeah.
if you have a dry skin, are you a dry skin or normal or Oily what?
Well, I'm an oily combo.
Okay, well, as we age, it kind of it shifts a
It
little
does
bit
kind of
sometimes.
switch a little.
And so you could try Luminous if you wanted, or you could try like a drop of Luminous and a drop of matte. The new foundations are going to still have those both formulas. But for me, if you use the matte, it just, I'm so dry that it looks even more crocodilish, you know? So you have to kind of adjust. And I know some director friends of mine, they go, we don't ever talk about Luminous. We don't share it. It's because they wear matte, but you're missing a whole group of people. A whole group of people. So I would tell you to try it, Amy, and see what you think. See what you think on a, you know, on a day maybe that you're home or something, so you can feel confident if it's not what you wanted, and see what it is. But for me, this is the difference, and you can see. And this is not like I don't have like the best lighting in here, but you can definitely see the difference of no foundation, foundation, and this the CC cream with that over. I feel like it just evens it out, makes it because the CC cream in the very light covers a lot of shades. So for it's almost half a shade too dark, but with this combo, it does evens it out really good. It just, you know, now I will tell you, if you do powder, this shine, this like dewiness, they call it for the luminous, the dewiness, it goes away instantly. And I'll put powder on half so you can see, because I don't always use powder. Sometimes I'll just do the finishing spray after, because even though this setting powder isn't drying, if you've got a drier skin, like you'll see the dewiness instantly go away. I mean, see how that's just gone?
Yeah.
See. So it's, if you, for a dry girl, the shine will only stay for a little bit, and then it soaks in, and it's like, if you do powder, sometimes I have to watch, because powder feels so good that I have to watch, because if I use too much powder, then it's just, I'm too dry. So it's really why the best reason, you being a consultant, you can work with people and say, I just want to get you the perfect foundation, you know, or perfect foundation recipe, or whatever you want to call it. Because if you were to tell me I needed to wear translucent powder, or I needed to use a lot of setting powder, I would have shut down, right? Because I've seen the results before. So if you tell people, oh, well, let's just try a little and see what happens, or whatever. But that's why being in front of them really does make a difference. Now, with these new shades, they didn't give us all of them, they gave a few. So I'm gonna kind of work a little bit with the ones that I have, and I'm gonna do question in mind, Amy. I'm gonna do just these by themselves so you can see how they are on their own, but I'm gonna do light number 4, which when we looked at the shade conversion chart when we were in Nashville, this is when Danny and I would naturally convert N140 that we're using, or N160 even. And so one of them is that shade, but it's in matte. And then the other shade, that the lightest shade we got was a, so read this, a light 7. So in these new foundations, there's going to be 1 through 7 light. There's going to be a 1 through 15 or 13 or 15 medium, and the birds flipped of that. One's 13 and one's 15.
Yeah.
Somebody could say to you, oh, I need a medium 13. And you're like, oh, what is that? There's going to be that many shades. So it's still going to have the pink and the purple on the back. Let's see what this does. Okay. Let me get, oh, here's my foundation brush. And I don't know if you guys have, I'll try it, which I hope you have the eyeshadow sticks. They're just remarkable. It's getting ready. Like you can have your makeup and note, just reminding you of that. Okay. So what should I do on the top, Dan? Should I do the matte or the luminous? What do you think would show it the most?
I think do luminous on top, don't you think?
Yeah, I'll do that. You want me to do CC cream first, or should I just go with this?
Do CC cream.
Okay, because that's kind of my normal routine. So we'll just go back to CC cream there. Goes really fast.
So it's 15 bronzes, I think, and 14 beiges.
There's a shade,
and 7, or not beiges. Let me try that again. 14,
medium, right?
14 mediums and 15 deeps and 7 lights. Everybody
Okay, so I've
needs
got my.
correcting me there.
Okay.
But
I feel
yeah,
like I needed a little lift before we started, so I used the new this new product coming out next month, lips.
well, you guys, I've been using it like every day since my Buzz Kit came, and I'm a
What?
light 4 according to it. And I think it's a pretty good match. I did a match with Monica, who's one of our new consultants. Did a match with her on it yesterday, and she was like a light 7. Alex, who's been on our team for forever, I had her try the light 1 because she's so fair.
Like
And
that.
you couldn't see it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think we found it. So, I mean, because there's just so many, and it really is 36 on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what did you say for me to do with the mat? Which
What I
forgot what you told me.
I was gonna have you do the mat on your cheek and have you do the luminous up top. Wasn't that what I said?
Okay. I don't know. That's why I asked.
I can be talked into anything, Trish.
I know. So this is the light 4.
Right.
To me, it seems a little lighter than the 140, but we'll see when we,
But the coverage is amazing.
This
And
coverage,
a
when
little bit goes a long way.
you're going to use less of this than you do the current foundation, I tell you that for sure. But when Panda first saw me put this on, she's like, wow, Mom, wow. Because I don't know, a little bit before my heart surgery, I had all these little red little dots. They're not bumps, they're just dots. And some probably to get blood or something. But I went like this with it. Yeah, I went like this with it. And I mean, you can't even see them now. Like they're gone on this side. They're very gone.
Great.
So that coverage is incredible. And then I don't know how you guys do your concealer. I do my under eye corrector after my foundation because the dry skin girl, I need that hydration of the foundation to carry the under eye corrector because it can be a little dry on dry skin. Okay, so there's matte. And again, I wouldn't use powder with this because I'm too dry. And then let's go. Now this is the Ivory 7, not Ivory, Light 7. Change our words. This is Light 7. Again, the tip is very nice. I think it's helpful because we just won't get too much that way. And then I get my little mirror so I can see what I'm doing. But what I just like, I was here, Dan, dang it. Messed up.
No, I think you're doing great.
You know what, you guys, this is not, it feels like nothing on your skin. It feels super smooth. Also, I have extra right here. I messed that up. But I mean, look, it's like, now it looks a little light in this light. I do have a little light on them. Let me fix it. There. That looks better with the right lighting. So I ended up putting this on more than that, but the coverage. What do you guys think?
Love it.
Looks
You can
great.
really tell a difference.
Thank you so much,
Lisa.
Jen. Like we've got the Buzz Kit offers for you guys to get get a whole strip of samples so you can figure out your shade. Which is the foundation finder tool on our website. Is it up and running again or not yet?
The foundation blender, this new one?
No, the foundation finder.
Oh, finder. I don't know if we're gonna have it. I don't know.
Okay.
I think if we were gonna have it, they would have put it in our Buzz Kit. But we didn't, so I don't know.
Finder tool, like the virtual.
I'm not. Yes, we are gonna still have that.
Okay.
Here's the new. This is the new spongy thing. And I haven't tried it yet, you guys, but it's got these different edges to it now, which I think that's really cool for wherever you need it. It's the same about size. They just took a couple cuts out of it. And I'm sure they're going to give us a great training video on this. I just haven't seen it yet. It's probably in there already. But what do you guys think? I mean, this side looks, they both are decent coverage. I think the way they feel, is nicer. The new one's nicer. And the fact that it feels like nothing. And I have literally 3 layers of foundation on this side because I messed up. It
Oh.
doesn't look like, no. So then if you know, get your eyebrows on and things that matter, it'll look better. What questions do you guys have about foundations? And then I finish it off with finishing spray, of course. But what do you have any questions about foundations? Nothing? Oh.
I think the hardest part of our job, in all seriousness, is matching foundation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm afraid of it anymore, because I'm not. I'm a lot less afraid of it than I used to be. Because you guys, when I was a consultant, I would purposely forget to pack foundations.
Oh, Danny. Really?
Everything was a Betty bifacial. And then as soon as CC creams came out, I was like, okay, I can at least do that.
Yeah,
and I
CC cream's
still
good.
hedge, because some people are like light to medium, but are they? Or you look at them and you're like, oh, they're light to medium, but they want to be medium to deep. And you're like, are you? And it's just a very scary moment where you're like, I don't know. Let's figure it out. And so one of the things you can do when you're doing this appointment, like I like doing foundation appointments with people.
Yes.
Because then it's a much more interactive. You can get opinions from other people so that you can kind of look at it and go, I don't know what's everybody else think? And then it's not all of a sudden, you know, you being
that
the
was
bad
my
guy.
biggest thing. That was my biggest thing down to I did with foundations as a consultant, because I was very nervous about them. I barely wore any makeup myself, and so I would I would make sure people were was across from them, and I would say, okay, now you guys don't want to know what I think because you just think I'm here to sell you something, and they would laugh, and then I would say, okay, what do you think about Phyllis's foundation? What do you, which one matches better? You know, we did the stripe test. I could do the stripe test where you do 2 or 3 colors, one area, leaving a space in between, blend it gently. Whichever one disappears is the right one. You could put you put up, don't see eyes, hand up, or you squint, whichever one disappears, that's the right one. And then I'll go, oh my gosh, yes, that's the right one. And so I never felt nervous about it again. Stripe test, have other people tell you. And they know, a lot of times they know. Once in a while, you're going to get somebody that wants something like totally off, and you just have to say, okay, because if they want a certain look, there's not much you can do about that because that's normal to them. What do you guys, I would just like to know really quick, because we want to watch our, because we have a video to show you too. What is your guys' foundation, your number 1 foundation? Like if you wear more than one, what's the one you stop?
Which one are we wearing right now?
Yeah.
Well, most of the time I just do CC cream, but lately I've been using the N140.
Okay. All right. Phyllis, what about you?
Yeah, I'm doing CC cream, very light, and N140.
And Terry, what do you wear? Are we all wearing the same shade?
Oh, you're muted, babe.
I forgot. Sorry. My computer is acting up on me. I'm N160.
Okay, so a little bit dark. Online, I just went online and looked, and they do have the foundation finder quiz. It's still on the old shades, but I went on just now and it gave me one of the options was the shade.
Well, it's gonna still have. We still are gonna have the one where they actually have their face. They put their face in, which I think is better than any quiz. So that's the one that we're probably gonna want to promote the most. Don't you think? Is that one?
Oh yes, because that's the. You guys can input. I'm putting in here. Let me chat. There it is. Okay, you can input your website into it. But you can do the foundation finder. That click will take you there, and you can do it right from your laptop. You just got to make sure. I mean, my opinion would be you got to have naked face, because otherwise it's going to read it a little bit off. Like for me, I'm an N140, right? And it showed N140 is one of the options, but C110 and C100
Mm.
were also options, and I've never gone that light, but I'm sure it's because lighting and whatnot in here right now. But yeah, just know that you can send that.
I've tried C110 and I felt like it blended into some parts of my face, but not all. I don't know if
And
that
that's one of the things too. Rebecca uses 2 shades when she does it. And so she does like this part 1 shade, and then the outer part I think is lighter. Now I can't remember which way she goes. But she uses 2 shades when she does her foundation. But it's crazy. But you know, the biggest thing we got to tell you is that we got to get you trying it. And so Thursday, we are really wanting to have people with us at IKEA so we can try out some foundation shades on them and have them take the quiz. And then we've got the conversion chart, because if it says we're at N140, well, what does it mean it's going to be in the light, medium, and deep stuff, you know? So have them do it, because we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff with foundations these next couple months, because the launch is happening and it's going to be super awesome. So how did everybody like your brick challenges?
I like
Well, I think it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So would you like
You
to
guys
continue
are fabulous
building
at
brick?
it. They're doing fabulous at it.
No, that's true. They are. I didn't give a challenge for today. That was my bad. Trish, did you do it? Terry, it's
Was
my
not,
totally
it was
my
not
fault.
early. It was not early in the day though. I will. So
Okay, so what was the
No,
challenge?
it wasn't.
we still have time, Phyllis. Though I believe in you. I slept in this morning, and I just don't even know why. But it's okay. But tell them what it is, Phyllis.
Okay, hold on a sec. Week 2, stretch and influence. Day 7, find common ground. Discover 3 non-work things you have in common with someone.
So it's about having a conversation today. So there's still time. There's still probably somebody in your phone that after we get off here, you can say, I was just thinking about it, and I just wanted to see how you're doing. Like, we haven't talked in a while or whatever. Or ask a question. Everybody loves to be asked about something they're good at. So if you just thought, well, what is so-and-so good at? Let me just find out something. And you always find out more than you ever thought you would. So it's pretty interesting. Interesting. Okay, we have a treat for you guys, because I attended Career Conference in Texas via online. Not that I was there, but they had some really good speakers on the first part of the conference on Friday. And so I picked one that I thought you guys would really like, and play that next so that you can just be inspired and all that. But Dan, do you have any other announcements or anything? You said we wanted people for Thursday so we could practice our matching. Yes.
Yeah, talked about that. Yep. And just I wanted to make sure you guys were kind of liking these challenges. I think they're kind of fun. And if you guys are up for still doing it, we're going to keep doing it. And I think it's going to be really great. I think Donna's feeling better, so she'll be joining onto a team. And we're just going to keep moving forward. And you guys, if anybody is having issues with My Shop, any of your Mary Kay friends that you talk to, they need to make sure they go into their My account and go through all the preferences down to social security number, and they need to make sure they've put their social in. And they have all extra kinds of security measures in place, which I thought was really great, because they'll send a text to make sure it's you. You do that, you put it in, you wait a few minutes, and then you're able to get your My Shop set up. Because I had two gals that was the sticking point, and I was kind of like, maybe we should go in and find that. So we've got 2 more people with their My Shops set up now because of that. So we're pretty excited about that. So just spread the word as you hear people chatting. And I do want you guys to save the dates on October 16, 17, and 18. That's going to be our fall retreat. It's going to be in Malibu. It's going to be in a beautiful resort, really close to the beach. It's going to be super fun. You can have dual, triple, or quad occupancy in the rooms. Not $1 million. Most of the food is included. There's one dinner you gotta pay for on your own. But I think it's going to be terrific, and I'll know more tomorrow when we have our Zoom to find out which directors are going to be joining us in the throw of it all. But that's going to be fun, and it's not too soon to start talking about seminars. Seminar registration is going to open up soon, and when you look at it, I want you thinking of it's a little bit more fluid a schedule than it's had in the past, and part of that is so that you're not so exhausted. And I like that. I mean, people were kind of talking about, it wasn't so go, looking at the proposed agenda. And I think it's good. It makes more fluidity for people's travel schedules. You don't have to be there necessarily so much earlier when everything gets started. It is going to be a little bit shorter, I think. So normally I go in on day 0, and I think this time I'm only going to come in on day 0. I'm going to save myself a day, which is going to be cool. But anyway, so if it doesn't work as far as your dates are concerned, I will tell you a little story that I hadn't gone for 5 years. I was a consultant for 5 years, had never gone. And then I went. And a year after that, my team earned our first car. And a year after that, I became a sales director. And the only time I've missed is when I had that really bad bronchitis, sinusitis thing. That was really terrible, but that's okay. I think that was 10 years ago now. So knock on wood, we're not going to have that again. So.
No.
All right. I'm now going to stop talking so that you can share some speaker fun here, friend. Because I think it's going to work out timing wise just great.
I think it is. And I don't think I have to do anything, but I'm going to put it on. And if you guys don't hear talking in the beginning, just, flag me down. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Share the audio. Hear it?
Continue that innovation for Renanda. And did y'all know you just learned from me with so I hope you took good notes. Okay, we are ready for Senior Director Lazuli Meneres Cadero is ready to teach you more about consistency and how consistency is the key. Please welcome Lazuli.
If we hold on tight, we'll keep going till we reach new heights, going further than we ever thought we could.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I just got back from the amazing training of Julia Mundy, so I'm on a vibe right now. Okay, everybody who knows her, right? Like I am ready to go. So we're gonna ruffle some feathers tonight. Who's ready for that? Crickets. Nobody is, right? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And wasn't she awesome? Wasn't your teacher amazing? And she had her iPad and all the things, and I'm here with the, with my paper. But I am just so excited to be here with you guys today. My name is Lisuli, and I'm gonna take off my heels because this mic is really low. Can you still see me? Okay. My name is Lisuli. I am a mom of 2 beautiful baby twin girls, Valentina and Victoria. And just now remembering, my mom is a national sales director, and she would film me. She knew that I was on stage without heels. So let's pretend that didn't happen, okay? A wife. And before I teach you anything tonight, I need you to understand something. I didn't start this business. I watched it change my family. I'm a Pink Cadillac sales director, but I'm also the daughter of National Sales Director Maria Monares. And I always like to start there, not because her title or, obviously my amazing mom, but because her story is the reason I'm standing here today. My mom started her Mary Kay business when I was 1 year old, and she didn't say yes right away. I need you guys to hear this. They knocked her door, not once, not twice, but 8 times. And on the 8th she finally said yes, not because she was excited, not because she wanted to sell, but because, and obviously I was one, so I remember this, but she says the story so vividly. I feel like I was like there 100%. And she says, your dad looked out the window and saw the Mary Kay lady pull up and said, sign whatever you have to sign so she does not come back. And she made the decision that changed everything. And she always says, God used people. And she truly feels that that night, God used my dad to just say, you know what? She's not going to sign any other way. So like, just force her. So that's one of her pivotal moments. One of the pivotal moments after that is when she attended her very first Mary Kay meeting. And so I know some of you here, brand new consultants, and maybe this is your first Mary Kay event, but she took something that night that made so much sense for her. But the meeting was an hour away. So this was back in the 90s, no phone, no text, like there was no way to communicate back home. But she remembers at that meeting that somebody was, she had earned her red jacket. And they put the red jacket on her. And that is a moment she says that she still closes her eyes and can see that woman receiving that red jacket. And she said, I want that. But on the way home, lost the keys to the car. So the meeting, I mean, you know, I'm sure started like at 6, ended by like 7:38, you know, and they lost the keys.
Hold on, let me fix it.
Long story short, they
Better?
didn't get home until 12 a.m.
Is that okay?
And remember, my dad was not supportive of this opportunity. So you can just imagine how that night went. And I share that with you because some of you are here tonight and not everybody at home is clapping for you. Some of you came this weekend excited and you're going back to people who don't fully believe in this with you. And I need you to understand you're not alone. That night, my mom did something that changed everything. She called her director. And I'm going to give you the real first tip tonight. Always call up, not sideways, because just imagine if she would have called like her sister would have been like, what are you doing? Getting home at 12 in the morning, like just forget that Mary Kay business of yours, stay home and work. Or if she would have asked anybody else, the message would have been lost. But she called up, and that was the best thing that she could have done that night. She called her director crying, and she said it was like the door that was hanging on the wall in the kitchen, and it was like the long and she was in the room, and she was crying. And my husband is so mad. Like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, I just don't think this is it. Like, I feel like God is giving me signs. Nobody said that. I just feel like, maybe this just isn't the right moment for me. Like, God first, family second, career third. We've never said that, right? But she said, and that woman, and Tanya, her name was Tanya, stopped her in the middle of all this overwhelm and said, where are you? Just stop talking. Where are you? And she said, I'm in the bathroom. She said, get on your knees. We're going to pray. And that makes me cry every single time because I just think of the persistence of that woman. And a lot of you this weekend are here thanks to the persistence of your director. Thanks to a woman that believes in you so much more than you believe in her. And thanks to Tanya's persistence, I'm here today living an amazing Mary Kay lifestyle. So it just makes me feel so much gratitude that the same woman that my mom ignored 7 times was the one who prayed her through the moment that almost made her quit. So that night, my mom made the decision, not based on how she felt, not based on who supported her, but based on what she saw was possible, that red jacket. Who else in here is seeing yourself in a vision of a red jacket? Yes. Because of that decision, I watched, and I grew up watching a woman who changed the trajectory of our family. And there has to come a point in your life where somebody has to say, it stops with me. For me, that was my mom. And I wish I could tell you that my story was daisies and roses. My mom obviously opened a path for me, but you're all going to have your struggles. And so it wasn't easy for me. I became a director at 19. I earned my car. I went to college. I did all the college stuff. I had so much fun. I was a director. I was earning director commission. But then I got married, and then life hit. I got pregnant with twin girls like 3 months later. And March 9th of 2021, I remember vividly, after going through postpartum depression, after going through such a hard season in my life where we were in pajamas. It was still like 4 p.m. that day. We were all in pajamas. The house was a mess. They had eaten like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese for like the 5th night in a row. I don't remember if I showered that day. Like, it was a daze of a day. And I remember going to the restroom and hugging the toilet and crying and saying, this is not for me anymore. This is not where I want to be the rest of my life. So something shifted in me, and I made a decision, just like my mom made a decision. And 3 months later, I was in a pink Cadillac. So I need to ask you something. Who here has ever started and then stopped? Exactly. This is not about starting, it's about staying, hence the word consistency. Raise your hand if you've ever felt like you know exactly what to do, like you have all the plan, your director has all the inventory videos, she has all the Zooms, she has the meetings, she has the new consultant package, she has literally everything lined up for you, and you're just not doing it. Look around, not only one. So I don't do this to embarrass you or make you feel bad, but I want you to know that the cycle has to eventually stop. The cycle has to eventually stop. So every single one of you will have a moment where you either break down or break through. And I feel like sometimes that comes off like so traumatic, because for me, like, life has been a little traumatic with like kids and other things. But you know, the difference is what you decide in that moment, right? So now let's talk about consistency, which is why we're here. And one of the biggest lies that you'll ever hear in life is that consistency comes first. It does not. One of the biggest lies that you'll find is that confidence comes first, and it's not. Consistency comes first, and confidence follows. Okay, I need you to write that down. Consistency comes first, confidence will follow. And this is my favorite part of my whole speech, okay? Because I need to give you guys 5 truth bombs, okay? I have been in a rut as well. I have been in a time where in my business, hence hugging the toilet in the middle of the day, in the day of March. And I am the kind that, you know, I like to go on Instagram or Pinterest or whatever. And if I see like a quote or a meme, or if anybody follows me on Instagram, you know that I'm always posting like cute little sayings. And I have these 5 truth bombs that, you know, when I knew that I was going to say, you know, give this training, I'm like, what? Like, I feel like there's something in my phone that I can share. And these are the 5 truth bombs that I have saved on my phone every time that I feel like not doing something, or I feel like not being consistent, or I feel like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be fine. Like, oh my gosh, like, I just don't feel like it, right? So truth bombs. So I'm going to be real with you. The consistency is not complicated, but it is uncomfortable. Okay, if you're not okay with feeling a little bit uncomfortable, then we're going to have a situation. Okay, most people don't struggle because they don't know what to do. They struggle because they don't do it long enough. It's not that you don't know what to do, or that you're not perfect, or you're comparing yourself to your director or a consultant friend or somebody that joined the same month as you did, and now she's like a director and you're not there. It's not any of that. It's that you're not doing it long enough. Okay. And I want to share with you these truth bombs. They're not like, they're just funny. Like, I'm just going to give them to you because they're just me. Like, once you hear it, you're just going to know like the type of person that I am, because they're just hilarious. And if you don't think so, like, just laugh with me. Okay, so truth bomb number 1, and I hope you write these down. Don't leave your coffee for too long and then be surprised when it's cold. And I'm not talking about coffee. That looks like disappearing for a week and wondering why nobody is responding. Not posting on your social media and asking why your engagement has dropped. Like, I don't know, let's think of a couple of reasons. Not following up and thinking people aren't interested. It looks like getting excited for a few days and then going quiet. It looks like showing up when you feel motivated and disappearing when you just don't. It's like starting conversations and never finishing them, and coming back and trying to pick up where you left off, and wondering why it feels harder than before. Relationships in this business, girls, they don't stay warm on their own. They need attention. Like, I just need you to think about your director, how consistent she is, how, persistent in a good way she is, how she doesn't care if you said you were going to place an order last month and you didn't do it, but you're here today and she hugs you and loves you the same way. It's because for us, it's important that we keep that relationship with you, but we're also called to call you up. These relationships need attention, consistency, and they need you, most importantly. So when you step away for too long, it's not that people aren't interested anymore. It's that you let it go cold. Okay, so truth bomb number 1, don't leave your coffee for too long and they'd be surprised when it's cold. I'm not talking about coffee. Number 2, truth bomb, better to pay the embarrassment tax than the regret tax. That means posting the video, even if it feels awkward, sending the message, even if you're overthinking it, and starting before you feel ready. It looks like your voice shaking a little bit and doing it anyway. It looks like hitting post and then immediately wanting to delete it. I do that literally almost every time that I post anything, but I leave it up. It looks like reaching out and wondering if you sound weird or so much pressure. I don't want to pressure people. We're following up, girls. As beauty consultants, our second day job is following up. So let's get used to that. Girls, embarrassment you feel right now is temporary, but regret lasts a lot longer. And let me say this, I know this may not be your only priority. I know maybe some of you are thinking, who does Lazuli think she is? I have another job. I have kids. I am running every committee at my kids' school. I have activities. I don't have time for this. But if this does matter to you at all, it has to show up. Not someday, not only when it's convenient or it's perfect, but now. Okay, truth bomb number 3. If they wanted to, they would. And if you wanted to, you would. Not excuses, just decisions. I mean, just thinking back on that one day that my mom made a decision, on the one day that I made a decision, everything changed. So we all left our families to be here today. And I'm not gonna lie, I needed this little escape too for my kids, right? But I miss them like crazy already. But you made time to be here. So don't go home and give yourself the same excuses. You make time for what matters to you. And if you're here this weekend or these next 24 hours, it means that this matters to you. So I applaud you. But I don't want you to continue avoiding the progress that needs to be done. So if your business is a priority, it will show in your daily actions, in answering your director's text messages, and following up with your customers, doing the 2 + 2 + 2, doing all the things. Now, not in what you say, in what you do, and who you talk to, and how you follow up, and how you show up when nobody is watching. Because desire sounds super cool, right? We all have awesome dreams, and we all have a desire and ambition, and we want to walk the seminar stage as brand new directors, right? Yes, but discipline is going to show up in your wallet and in your in touch. At the end of the day, we can have awesome experiences with our customers and do all the things, but if you truly want to make a difference, it's got to show up in your in touch, okay? And truth bomb number 4. Where did I go to number 2? Number 4, it might feel like it's been raining, but if you stay, you'll see the flowers. It might feel like it's been raining in your life, in your mind, in your business, in your family, in your financial situation, and maybe a tough moment with a spouse. There's death in the family, there's gas price. I mean, there's so many things, and literally it was raining. It was 100 degrees yesterday, and today it was raining. I don't understand. But if you stay, you'll see the flowers. So that looks like showing up when it's a little slow. Posting when you posted a reel 2 days ago and nobody even liked it or shared it. Continuing when you feel discouraged. It looks like trusting the process before you see the results. because growth doesn't happen overnight, it happens over time. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like over time, like next year. Over time can literally be the actions that you take today will be reflected by April 1st. A lot of people will quit right before it starts working. Do not be one of them. And truth bomb number 5, the longer you stay on the wrong train, the more expensive it becomes to get back home. The longer you stay on the wrong train, the more expensive it becomes to get back home. The longer you stay inconsistent, the harder it will always feel to restart. The longer you avoid showing up and doing the activity that you and I both know you're capable of, the more confidence you will lose. Stop delaying the decision because you're going to further the drift from your business. And the truth is, you don't drift all at once. It's a decision at a time. Like, you can make a good decision, but sometimes, and it's not like, obviously not like a bad decision, because at the end of the day, this is your business, you're prioritizing it. But if you truly are here, it tells me that you're ready for something more. It's going to happen slowly. The drift happens slowly. And one day you'll skip posting. One day you don't follow up. One day you'll say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Or maybe some of you said, I'm not going to go to career conference. I'll just go to a seminar. And then it just never happens, right? And before you know it, you're not where you wanted to be. You already know where you're off track. Like, if I were to come by individually and ask each and every one of you, what has happened in your business, and you say, I don't know, like, is that true? You know where you're lacking. You feel it. So it's not a knowledge problem. Again, it's a decision. And the longer you wait to make it, the harder it will become. So I'm going to ask you, the question tonight is not, what do I need to learn? Because you all have amazing directors, you have nationals, you have Mary Kay, Inc., you have the phone number to call them, you have so many resources on Mary Kay in Touch. It's, what am I actually going to do with this knowledge of me knowing that I am capable of more, and that it's not that I need to do or know more or just know all of the ingredients or know how to talk to every person. It's just making a decision. So now let's talk about consistency to your business. So what does that actually look like? So let's make it really simple. And here are the 3 things that will grow your consistency in your business. Number 1 is connection. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you're not talking your business, if you're not talking to people, you just don't have a business. It's not just enough to think about it or to plan or to have a cute outfit. It's talking. And it's not just in person, but DMs, follow-ups, voice notes. I love voice notes. That looks like DMing someone who likes your story and saying, hey girl, like, regardless of what the post was. And usually on my socials, it's people interact with things that have nothing to do with Mary Kay. Like, I'll just ask random questions like, what kind of washer and dryer do you use? Whose hair is super frizzy in Dallas? And I'll get combos going. And I could say something like, hey girl, random, but I saw you watching my stories. Have you ever tried Mary Kay? It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And then following up with someone who said they were interested and saying, hey, we talked about the $10 e-start at the beginning of the month. Did you still want me to send you that info, or are we waiting a little bit? Like, what are we doing? And so instead of sending a voice note instead of a text and saying like, hey, I just wanted to personally reach out. I thought, because I feel like you'd be so good at this. Or even something as simple as, if you were going to start with one product, what would it be? Those are the easiest DMs, voice notes, combos, text messages, even in person, that you could ever share with anybody that could really start good conversations. So your income in your Mary Kay business is tied to the number of conversations you're having. So do you see how it's not how amazing you are at selling, $500 roll-up bags, which if you are, please don't stop doing that. But could have all the knowledge, you could have all of the resources, but if you are not having enough conversations, it's not going to generate that consistent income. Okay? Number 2, visibility. And some of you guys are making this so much harder than it needs to be. Some of us are asking, what should I post? What should I say? How do I make it perfect? Like, my social media just sucks. Like, I don't have the followers. Like, try to take the pictures and posting and nobody likes and comments. And eventually that's exactly why you stop doing that. And not just posting, but in connection, in real life, face to face with people, you stop showing up. And why? You're overthinking something that's actually very simple. People cannot buy from you if they don't see you. It's not hard, right? It's that simple, not your product, but you. So just going to what I said, people interact like 1,000% more if it's a new follower with content that has nothing to do with Mary Kay. And then I'll just sprinkle in Mary Kay. I obviously, like, my content is always geared into starting more conversations about Mary Kay. I don't just do this in social media. Like, I want you to know, I very much work in person. But for me, social media is like that daily reminder to people where, like, oh, who's this girl? And she starts looking through my stories and I just met her yesterday at the grocery store, right? And so that's like a little reminder, like, hey, like, we met yesterday, like, text me back, whatever the case may be. But social media can be like an additional tool in your toolbox. It doesn't have to be always your number one, which if you do and that works, that's great. But people want to see you, and it's not just on social media. Like I said, it's how often people hear from you and how often reach, how often your name comes up in conversations. Some of you exist in your own business, but nobody else knows you do. And it's not true in this room. I'm going to pretend that just was not said this night, because I know that if you're here, you are. But some of us are waiting until it looks better, until it sounds better, feel better. In the meantime, you're a little invisible, and invisible businesses do not grow. So what does this actually look like? It looks like staying in front of people, not once, but regularly. It looks like following up, even when you feel like you're bothering them and it feels pressure and it feels annoying. It looks like, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have Spanx reminders. They text me every single day. And I click on that link every single day, and I want to buy a new pair of Spanx almost every single day, right? Like it doesn't mean I do it. I know they're following up with me. So why aren't we doing that in our business? And yes, obviously social media is part of that. But it does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in a perfect curated way. It has to be in a real way. Talking on your stories, this past week, I had just started my workout, and then I get a call from my kids at school that they're like throwing up all over the place. And then it's just like one after, and I'm just like, why can I not get a workout this week? And I get like, oh my gosh, mom life, like me too. I haven't been able to get a workout, and there's like a stomach bug going around. And then next thing you know, I have a facial set up for next week with her. So people want to know the real side of you, and showing your face, sharing what you're using. Obviously, you'll see in my content, my skin routine, my makeup routine, but letting people see your life, not just your product. Your customers don't expect to connect to perfection. They expect to connect to people. And if they're not seeing you, they won't think of you. If they don't think of you, they obviously won't buy from you. So it's not about the best. It's not about being the best. It's about being seen. So number 3, so we have connection, we have visibility, and number 3, personal growth. Let me give you one more. Now I'm going to say it again, personal growth. And I think this is the one that people skip the most because it just doesn't feel urgent. Like it just feels like, oh, yeah, that's so good. And it all the buzz in your stomach. It really is. Nobody is telling you to do it. There's no deadline. Like no one is really checking in, but this business will only grow to the level that you grow. And at some point, it's not your strategy, because we all have amazing directors. It's your mindset. So it's how you think when things are slow. It's how you respond when someone tells you no. It's how you handle pressure, doubt, comparison, and fear. And if you don't work on that, you will keep hitting the same ceiling over and over and over again. So it's like, that looks like taking time to learn, listening to something that pours into you, reading something that challenges you, going back and reviewing what you've already been taught instead of consistently looking for something new. The truth is, most of you do not need new information unless you're like a brand new consultant that just joined this morning. You just need to go deeper with what you already know. The women who grow the most in this business are not just working on their business, but they're working on themselves. So now it's time to move from all of the inspiration to implementation. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do the right things consistently, right? So I want you to choose one thing that we talked about tonight, not 5, not 10, not like all of the things that you're going to hear, but one thing you're going to connect to be more visible, to connect and follow up more, or to do or be more strategic or intentional with your personal growth. One thing you're going to commit to as non-negotiable. Maybe it's talking to people every day. Maybe it's following up. Maybe it's showing up more consistently. Maybe it's working on your mindset, but pick one and stick to it. You don't need the perfect 1 to 10 perfect. You need a consistent one. And so when you walk out of this room tonight, your life doesn't change. Your circumstances don't change. Your schedule doesn't change. Your decisions change. You don't need another training, which yes, you do, because Career Conference and Seminar and your Zoom weekly meetings are amazing. But it's what you do with it. You don't need a lot of more information. You have enough to activate this weekend. It's what are you going to do with it? My mom didn't start because she was ready. She started because my dad made her so she didn't ever do Mary Kay again, but that's beside the point now. She started because she made a decision, and that decision changed everything for our family. And now the question is, what is your decision? At some point, somebody has to say, it stops with me. The inconsistency, the starting and stopping, the overthinking, the waiting, it has to stop with me. And if you decide that and you stay consistent, your life will not stay the same. And when you leave here, don't ask yourself what you learned. Ask yourself what you're finally going to do with it. So please go out there, be consistent. Don't compare yourself. Don't think that you have to know it all, but you do have to bring it all. Bring your excitement, bring your passion, bring your faith, and I promise you, God will show up in your life. Thank you all.
If we hold on tight, we'll keep going till we reach new heights, going further than we ever thought we could.
Wow, wow, wow. Thoughts, friends? One bullet takeaway with our last few minutes together. What'd you get? Because she gave you a lot.
Not
Talking to
complaining
people.
about something if you're not doing anything, like the social media thing. Oh, how come I'm not getting any likes? Da, 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 da. Well, have you been posting? Have you been doing this? Have you been doing that?
Good, good.
And
What else?
I like to always call up and not sideways.
Yes, yes.
And then right after that, she talked about praying, which is ultimately calling up,
Mhm.
as up as you can
Yep, the
go,
biggest
right?
up, right? Yeah.
And I also just the one thing, commit to one thing and be consistent.
Yes.
So we can do one thing. One thing's not that hard.
That's right. That's right. Terry, what about you, hon?
Mine is talking to people.
Yes. Yes. And I love how she kind of weaves it in and makes it look effortless, right? So we're going to be awkward at it at first, but eventually it's going to be rock star status, right? Okay, so I hope that was a good thing. Trish, I love that you found her. I think she spoke locally at mine too.
Oh,
I think she was one who went to 2 career conferences.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just thought she's young. She's like, sometimes we need to hear from people a little younger than us because we just get stuck sometimes where we are. But I loved those 5, how she called them, truth bombs. And man, they felt like a bomb hitting my chest a little bit when I was watching it at my consultant's house. I was like, oh man, about the one about don't leave your coffee for too long. It just
Yes, it just gets cold.
Uh-huh.
So I think our parting words for tonight should be make sure your coffee's hot. Make sure you got a warm plate or a microwave or leave that sucker on turbo or whatever it takes, right?
yeah. And
So
I'm
we
proud
will-
of everybody for doing their challenge, and we'll do just as good this week, all of us.
Yes, we'll have a new one tomorrow morning. Be ready for it. And we will have big, crazy fun, okay? We're going to build it brick by brick, friends.
That's
Okay, go
it.
out there and have $1 million week, okay?
Bye.
Love you guys.
Yes, thank you,
Bye.
ladies.
Bye.